No one expects to get arrested at work, but for these individuals, that's exactly how the day unfolded. Here are 5 instances when dumb people get arrested at their jobs. Number 5. Man starts his day at work in handcuffs. On the morning of February 19, 2025, officers in Mapleshade, New Jersey were called to a local auto tire shop after a woman reported being threatened by another driver on the road who allegedly brandished a firearm. Using the license plate the victim provided, officers traced the suspect to a nearby tire shop. Here's what happened next.
Yep. They're looking out now. Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to them. What's going on, man?
Huh?
Whose car is that?
Yeah.
Whose car is that?
An employee of mine.
Employee? Is he back here? What's his name?
Patrick?
Patrick?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. Which one?
You guys on street still?
Yeah. Who's Patrick?
Where's Pat?
Hey, I'm gonna see you brown band.
No, stay here. No. Wait, back. Did he leave after we pulled up? Guys, go.
What's going on? You Patrick? Alright, Patrick. Just give me a second. We're investigating the thing. I'm just gonna frisk you real quick. I'm just gonna frisk you real quick. Just put your hands.
You're not under arrest for technical
We're just
weapons
frisking
right
you.
now. You have anything on you?
Alright, I got you. Alright.
Just gonna take that out. Just so you know, our body cameras are recording. Stop.
Alright, man. Relax.
Or you want me to fall and you like...
Nah, I'm holding on to you so you don't do it. Alright.
With a potential weapon involved, the officers move to confirm the suspect isn't armed. The search, however, clearly doesn't sit well with him.
You want me to comply? You want me to be...
I got you. I just got a frisk you
I'm
for
talking to him.
I understand.
You don't have to be hostile. I get what y'all gotta do.
All right.
You don't gotta be hostile.
Check you for weapons.
That's cool.
We're done with that.
You feel me? You want to talk to me like an adult? We can do that.
Now we're gonna talk.
We can do that.
All right.
Don't do all that. I hate that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm Sergeant Rutland. This is Officer Mizzou
What's
with the
going
Mount
on?
Laurel Police
What y'all
Department. We're investigating an incident from earlier. He's gonna ask you a few questions.
Alright, so we had a road rage incident today on 73. Okay?
Oh yeah, the female that almost took my mirror off because she wasn't paying attention. Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so we're just trying to get your side of the story. What happened?
She almost cut me off.
Okay, where at?
And 73. I think I was trying to make the U-turn at the Wawa across the street from the McDonald's.
Okay.
Had my turn signal on for like a good 50 feet. See nobody. Then as I'm about to make the turn, she just literally flies, hits the horn. My mirror's already taken off, so I'm trying to, like, I don't need somebody taking my mirror off. So and then I'm like, what's going on? Like, I have my signal on. I don't understand what the problem. I understand it's raining on.
Yeah.
All the extra stuff is no need. Like,
Okay.
I have my signal on, so I walked up to her. I got out the car. Yeah, it was a little aggressive. I walked, was like, what's going on? Why you? And she didn't put her window down. She didn't want to talk. Okay, cool, whatever.
Okay.
That was that.
All right, I got you. So, you know, you just got out of the car, knocked on her window.
I didn't knock on the window. I just tapped on her mirror like, yo, you can't use your mirror. Like, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Like, I understand it's raining and all. Don't do the most.
Okay.
You've heard his side of the story, and while it lines up with the victim's account in some ways, he let out one crucial detail.
All right.
What'd she say?
All right, so she said that pretty much the same thing you said, a little bit of a road rage incident with lanes and whatnot. She said that you got out of the vehicle, knocked on her window, you know, exactly what you said, you know, pointed at her mirror and, you know, told her to pay attention. But then she said you got back in your vehicle and you pointed a gun at her. That's the whole reason for the frisk and that type of deal.
I don't have. I mean, there's a paintball gun in there, but I never.
What's the paintball gun look like?
It's blue and black.
Blue and black?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's to my knowledge, it doesn't even work. Probably. I've been trying to get it fixed, but For the most part, I guarantee you I did not pull that out on him.
Okay. All right, where's it at in the car?
You said, I'm sorry, you said for the most part. You said for the most part, I guarantee I didn't pull it out.
There was no reason for me to pull it out.
So we have 2 witnesses that are saying that you pulled out of it. Would you be willing to consent to a search of your vehicle? Wait right here for me. I'll grab a form and fill out some paperwork first. All right, just do.
Well, what's the problem?
That's what we're investigating. Because we got 2 people saying that a gun was pulled, and we're just trying to clear it up. You know, if it's a paintball gun, it's a paintball gun.
Bro,
that's what. Just hold it. We're just gonna have you. We're gonna have you sign
my car so I can go back to work because this is causing the scene.
Just hang out with us. It won't take too much longer.
What's all the hype about, man?
Well, when we get 2 reports of somebody pulling a gun, you know, it ain't gonna be taken lightly.
Understandable. Nobody pulled the gun though.
Okay, but we got 2 people saying it. That's why we're on that. You're saying you wouldn't be?
Huh?
You're saying you wouldn't be if you got a report about it?
Man, listen. Nothing happened. That's all I'm saying.
It's going to be the same vehicle. It's going to be Charlie 74 uniform Charlie.
She alive?
Yeah.
So I don't understand what the problem is.
It's still.
As the investigation continues, the deputies remain on high alert. For now, their priority is to determine if there's a firearm inside the suspect's car.
Well, look, I'm gonna unlock my car. It might be. I was cleaning my car last night, so it might be under my seat, the passenger seat, the back seat, somewhere. I don't know.
All right.
Like I said, it's out of commission. It doesn't work. What's going on?
What's going on, sir?
You the cool one?
I don't know.
I don't like how you hand on your gun, though.
Okay. It's just how I stand sometimes because it's like a little hand rest. It's on a taser. It's not personal.
I ain't worried about the taser.
Okay.
That ain't.
You been tased before?
I'm just not worried about no taser.
Okay.
All right, so this form here, basically what this says is that you're granting us consent to search your 2008 Ford Focus, New Jersey, X-ray 55 uniform Alpha. That's right. So just so you know, you do have a right to refuse the search. You have a right to be present for the search, and once we start the search, you can be present for the entire time. What I'm going to do is, it says, I am Sergeant Rutland, Mount Police Department. I'm asking you, Patrick Rowan, to consent to a complete search of the vehicle located at 9 Collins Road, Maple Shade, including any and all open or closed containers, materials, documents, papers, or other property contained therein, which is pertinent to the investigation. You'll be given a receipt for anything which is removed. It is
You could take it, honestly.
No, that's...
Can we just not make it seem so that the job don't try to fake fire me for everything?
It is my obligation to inform you your right to refuse. You have the right to refuse to allow the search, and your refusal will be respected. You have the right to be present during the search, and you withdraw your consent at any time during the search.
You need me to sign right here?
Yep, so what I'm going to have you do is just right there that you understand your rights. If you understand your rights, I'll have you write yes right there. Then having been advised of my right to refuse, I fully understand consent to the search knowingly, freely, and voluntarily, without force, fear, or promise. Yes, you will sign there. Today is the 13th.
It's unlocked.
Okay. 13th at 9:45.
After ensuring the suspect understands protocol and informing him of his rights, the officers proceed with a search of his vehicle.
I wasn't trying to act like it. Just like if,
I understand. So, Patrick, so
the
reason why we came out with that is obviously we got the report that there was a firearm involved. So for the safety of everybody involved.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
So just so we can speed this up, where is the paintball? Just stay over here for me. I don't want you going in there once and we don't know what's in there. We got to verify.
I'll tell you what's in there. There's probably some in my dress.
Well, we don't.
No,
Where's the paintball?
On the driver's seat or
Passenger seat.
Or in the back seat on the floor somewhere.
I got you.
Just stay here with Sergeant Dinger for a minute. Take a picture just inside from the door. On the general inside of the park, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's do that here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side.
Okay. Paintball gun under there?
Yeah, photograph it under the driver's seat.
Okay.
And once you photograph it, we'll take it out, put it on the seat, and we'll photographs.
Okay.
3616, we're okay. We're speaking with her. Okay.
Probably not a lot that.
Yeah, no.
Alright, should I picture that? Yeah. So you guys picture the noise. Oh, is it the vehicle there?
According to the suspect, there's nothing but a paintball gun in the vehicle, but what the officers find under the seat says otherwise.
Just checking to see, make sure there's nothing else. What are you thinking?
What's that?
What are you thinking?
Well, this is at least, what's it called? Possession of a unlawful weapon.
47.
Yeah.
That's just the other side. Well, yeah, I'll check and see if you want to photograph these.
Yeah,
Why you gotta take my machete?
because it's going to be possession of an unlawful weapon. All right, so you're going to be under arrest for that, okay? Just don't
What you
be under-
mean?
all right.
It's a prohibited weapon.
What are you talking about,
See,
bro?
you got
A machete is a prohibited weapon?
Yeah.
So what are you... So what are you saying right now, bro?
So you're placed under arrest for possession of an unlawful weapon, okay? You're not allowed to have a machete. Hold on.
Not allowed to have a machete?
No.
Bro, come on, man. I'm not trying to...
21, don't know.
I got you.
Don't know, 09, 1 hour.
I'm just double locking them for you so they don't tighten up.
Am I going home tonight?
We'll figure it out.
You're out the station.
All right. You want us to come step back to my car over
Can
here?
you want us? What was that?
I'm not good.
That's his
Oh,
car.
an officer moved his car.
This is
Do you want us to lock your
wrong.
car or do you want to leave the way?
Have see you in there. I'm gonna just take your hat off for you, all right?
You gotta put that on?
Yeah.
In the end, the suspect was charged with weapons offenses and aggravated assault. He was released pending a court date and continued to be employed at the tire shop after the incident. Number 4. Subway employee's worst day. On February 16, 2024, authorities were called to a local Subway restaurant after a complaint was made about an employee. Watch how an ordinary shift ended in handcuffs.
Mr. Smith, step away. Turn around. Turn that way. Turn that way. Turn that way. Face that way, please. Thank you very much. Ladies, it's going to be a moment for your sandwiches. I do apologize. This in no way, shape, or form reflects poorly on Subway. I hope that you guys do eat fresh and you enjoy your meal. Thank you, sir. Come on, please. Any knives or anything on you, bud?
No.
Someone will be right out to help you.
No, she just left up to the store.
She'll be right back. See you in a second. Step on. Step on. All right, we are going to park right over here for a moment. (603 Delta 1015). Watch your step. 1015, same location. If you can, send Row Patrol for transport. If you would just lean against that for a moment. Thank you, sir. Anything on you that I should know about?
No, just my cell phone.
Okay, nothing that sharp, or I don't have to worry about being stuck. I've been stuck before for reasons. Oh. Get some cash falling out of your pocket. Looks like 25 and put it right back here in your pocket, all right? What about these keys?
That's my store key.
Store key? Okay. I'm going to make sure that I leave that here, all right? What's in here?
Nothing.
Not getting fresh. All right, looks like more cash. You got a lot of zippers, man. Not getting fresh.
Can I be asked while I'm being detained?
I was asked by another detective to pick you up and detain you so that he can have a chat with you.
The arresting officer wastes no time placing the suspect in cuffs and conducting a pat-down before escorting him to the station.
If you would, just give me a few moments, all right? Can you sit still with this gentleman for a moment? I need to go grab my Miranda card real quick.
Sit over here on the curb.
Okay, let me...
Another detective said to come and get me.
Yes, sir, he did.
Can I ask why?
He knows all about it. It's not my case. But just in case you do want to chat with me, I'll get you a Miranda card real quick so you understand.
Nah, I don't want to talk.
Okay.
Well,
hold on.
Before she leave, I just want to give her like my stuff.
Okay, well, I understand all that.
And I want to call someone.
Go and have a seat. Okay, have a seat.
Anything belongs to Subway?
He's got keys right there.
Yeah, but my house is over here.
All right, Mr. Lewis, I'm not asking you any questions, but I am going to read this to you. I'm required to warn you before you make any statement. You have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you are entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement during any questioning. If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you are privileged to remain silent. I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be of your own free will. Any statement can and will be used against you in a court of law. Did you understand all of those? Do you want me to repeat any of them? I'm sorry, sir. Can you say it out loud? Okay. I just want to make sure you understood me and there was no misinterpretation. All right. Give us a few moments. When the employee gets here, we'll separate the keys. Make sure that you've got your personal stuff. All right.
I just explained to him that the detective's not used about problem cars.
Sergeant Powell, how are you? I am. We've got a second 1015 for Vera. He's going to be coming out to speak to him, but we just need to transfer him to the district. Yes, sir. Down at Southern and Crestwood at the subway.
The suspect thought he was flying under the radar, pocketing cash from the safe. What he didn't know was that his employer had started monitoring him closely after spotting a drop in sales.
Jake, you already made a police report with us, and what we're going to do is I'm going to swear you in. Okay, so everything you tell me from here is going to be the truth. Okay, so raise your right hand. You swear everything you tell me is going to be the truth?
I do.
All right, so let's get started. Jake, briefly, what made you call us initially?
Well, I just started noticing the sales were lower than they should be.
Well, let's start off. What store were you?
Subway.
Okay, and you are the
Owner, yes.
And what is the address to the Subway?
12041 Southern Boulevard, Suite 2, Loxatchee.
Okay, and what day did you notice the shortage?
Well, I've noticed the sales been down for a while, but last 2 Saturdays ago would have been the 3rd. I went to the store and there was, opened the safe expecting there to be money and there was none. So that kind of got me thinking.
Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Detective Vera, man.
I do.
Good. You?
Well, I'm always good.
You always good?
I'm always good, unless I'm sick.
All right, so you know why you're under arrest?
No, sir.
All right, I'm just going to explain why you're under arrest.
From the moment the questioning began, it's clear that speaking with the suspect will be anything but straightforward.
You already told my partner here you don't want to talk, but I will at least inform you what's going on, okay?
No, I didn't tell him I didn't want to. He was reading me the Miranda, and I was like, okay. I guess he wanted me to, converse about it, but the Miranda, I know, there's nothing you could really say, but...
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You understood your rights in the Miranda,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
That just explains your rights that you're afforded.
Of course.
I don't know, but right before that you said, I don't want to talk. Was that in reference to what's going on, or you didn't want to talk to him in general?
No, when he was talking about, I was just waiting on him to read the Miranda. He didn't read me the Miranda then.
Oh, okay.
So it's pointless to talk about anything.
So you wanted your rights read first?
Yeah, not even, but it's like, we grown men. We don't got time to be playing around,
All right, so over the course of, I would say, 2 weeks, all right, you have been voiding out transactions, taking cash from customers, and it doesn't go into cash, the till.
Right.
You've been pocketing the money. So there's a lot of video matching up with all your cancellations. So your boss came to us and said, hey, I have Mr. Smith has 86 voided transactions over a 2-week period, which is far above normal.
Right.
So there's an allotted amount of voided transactions. You bring up applesauce or whatever, you're gonna void it out. You're voiding out whole transaction, like 3 subs, 2 subs, and then in the video, when we correlate the transaction to the video, you see you take the cash, you tell the people the card's not working or the card's not working, whatever it may be. They give you cash, you take the cash, you go back to the back of the room, I don't know what's back there, and if they need change, you hand them change from wherever you got the change from, but it's not coming from the till. Okay? So then the manager started matching up because the profits were low, and these are all on days you're working by yourself. Okay.
Across several shifts, the suspect is believed to have stolen approximately $10,000 in total.
This is why you're under arrest. Okay, do you understand that?
Sort of, kind of, yeah.
Sort of, kind of?
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
So, I mean, you read Miranda, so if you want to talk about why you're doing it, I don't know, maybe you're not getting paid enough or needing more money for your bills, and just like a side hustle to get some extra cash, I don't know. I don't know how you get to work. I know you have a suspended license, revoked license, right? So I don't know if you need money to get home, and this is why you're doing this. It's not a lot of money, because you know Subway doesn't. It's not like a $100 bill.
Right.
It's like $20, $10.
Right.
And he did this morning too, because he was sending me a video this morning until the other employee showed up, and then the transaction stopped. So, do you have anything to say about that? Do you want to watch one of the videos?
Nah, I don't got anything to say, you know. I don't have anything to say, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a universe, you know, so I'm not really, you know.
Well, universe what?
No, I'm just saying it's just the universe, like, you know, things happen, you know.
Like what things have happened?
No, I'm just saying, like, things happen. I'm not, you know, I'm not feeling like, you know, like really like on some other type of time. I'm aware of what's going on.
Okay.
You know.
Well, is there a reason? Is there like a reason that you have to do this, or is this just, you're just doing it? Listen, I understand like rent's expensive.
Right.
A lot of expensive.
Right.
And I understand that working a job like that, and then you also just got out of prison a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a job that's gonna.
But nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
No.
Because if that's the case, I would have been back in prison for real.
The suspect makes an attempt to explain things away, but his words only end up making the situation worse for himself.
I went to prison for robbery.
Getting the big rips.
No, I'm just saying if that was the case,
yeah.
That's not really the case. Like, you know, you gotta. It's like I don't know. I don't know what the, you know. I'm not saying I didn't do it. I'm not saying I did do it, but like, you know, you gotta you know. I know I'm a black guy, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I know I'm overqualified for the job. You know what I'm saying. I just feel like, you know, this. Like I said, it's just the universe. Like I wasn't like, you know, I take full responsibility or whatever. I'm a man for anything, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it happened. You know, I'ma just deal with whatever.
Was it just something easy to do over that course of time?
Nah, it's not that, cause it's like, since you guys got camera footage, you could go back and I haven't stole from him. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been working for him for a minute.
For 2 months.
Yeah.
And it started like right at the end of January.
So it's like.
So it's been recent, like last.
I don't know about right at the end of January, but like, I don't, you know. It's like if you're getting accused for something and you just get into the store, it's like I ain't even been here that long.
Yeah, but that wasn't right when you got in the store. It wasn't right when you got in the store.
What you mean?
You started working 2 months ago, so this is like a little bit later, right? This is
right, but I'm saying like
the videos I have go back to February 3rd.
Right.
Okay, so
right, I got you.
All right, so that's what, 2 weeks ago. So over 2
Maybe,
weeks.
yeah,
2 weeks.
probably
Because
like 2
today's what,
weeks.
the 17th?
Right.
Today's 17th, 16th.
Right.
So it's about 2 weeks.
Right.
So the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, the universe changed for you? Where you?
No, what I mean by the universe, meaning whatever someone does, they either gonna have to accept it or run from it for real.
The worst thing about this incident is that the store owner still accepted the suspect despite his prior criminal history.
It's everything in life. Consequences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's so the universe. So
everyone has consequences to every action.
Well, for sure. Okay. That's why I'm not. You know, it is what it is. I'm not finna sit up here and you know, like I haven't been treated fairly. You feel what I'm saying? So,
well,
you know.
Today?
No. I'm just saying, like in general, like I run the store. You know, like I said, it wasn't like I've been.
For the work you're doing, you should have got compensated a little more money, or compensated at a higher rate.
Not even. It's like you gotta treat the people right, man.
What were the inequities at Subway? What was the owner? Was the owner not doing something right?
You know, man, I don't.
Was he leaving you by yourself too much?
I don't know. You could say that maybe, but it's like, you know, just you gotta do your people right, man. If someone's working for you,
no, I understand.
You know,
you gotta treat your employees properly, right?
Right.
But I'm saying, what did he do that wasn't proper? What was he doing to make it unfair for you?
I don't really know. That's a very good question. I don't really know. I don't really know for real.
Because I met the guy. He seemed like a nice dude.
Yeah, but you know, man, listen, man. I'm not sitting up here making it a race issue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I'm a black man for real.
Okay.
He puts forward yet another defense, but the officer responds with a firm rebuttal.
Minority too.
Yeah, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about me.
I understand it, but
you know
I'm a minority. But what did he do? I know there's inequities for minorities, right?
Just
I can point something out that someone did.
Treat your people fairly, man.
Okay. Well, that's what I was asking. What was he not doing?
Just treat your people fairly. Like, I'm not finna sit up here and talk about the guy like he's a bad guy.
Or was
I don't really know him.
Was he just degrading you or demeaning towards you?
Yeah, like, you know, you could say, you know, but it's like treat your people right, man. You know, you got somebody that's working at your store and they the only one working. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You gotta treat your people fairly.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So,
were other employees getting treated differently?
Nah, it's only 2 employees. So.
Oh, the girl you switched.
Yeah. Right so that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta treat us right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm gonna wear whatever I gotta wear. You know, I'm a real whatever comes behind this, I'm gonna accept it. I'm not running from anything. You know what I'm saying? So
I understand.
You know,
but that's what we got to do.
Right. That's what it is.
So and then I got another question for you.
Yeah.
Do you still live in Lauderhill?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna need your new address because the jail's gonna need it when you get booked in. Because out of county changes bonds, changes stuff like that.
What you mean, like
higher bonds? Lauderhill's out of Palm Beach County. Lauderhill's in Broward.
So where am I going?
You're going to Palm Beach County Jail.
So I'm gonna be in there for the weekend?
No, you'll be given a bond.
I'll be given a bond today?
Yeah. So
I wasn't like I won't even sit up here and be like I was like, man, I'm for the people. So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I'm for the people.
Okay.
You know, so it wasn't like I was taking from, like, it wasn't like I was like robbing them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just when you think you've heard it all, the suspect makes one last attempt to downplay his actions.
That's why we didn't go with robbery. That's why we went with the scheme to defraud.
Right. I get it. I'm for the people though, man. I'm for the people, man. It is what it is.
So was the money going to the people?
I'm for the people. Yeah, for sure.
So you're like Robin Hood. You're doing some Robin Hood, right? You're taking money from people who got money and giving it to the people.
I guess giving them deals, whatever. I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what Robin Hood did, right? That's the whole.
Yeah, nah, I ain't never tapped into Robin Hood.
That's what he did. He took from all the people that got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hooked up everyone.
So what time I'm gonna be able to bond out though?
Once you get booked in, I think it takes like about an hour or two, and then they'll give you a phone call to a bondsman. You call it bondsman, and you get your bond set.
All right, let's get on it, cause I got a show tonight, man.
A show?
What
do you
do? I do music.
Rap?
Yeah, I do music. I do all that.
So, are you rapping tonight, or are you playing instruments, or are you playing the?
I'm playing for the band tonight. Opening up, yeah. Well,
what are you playing? Drums?
Nah, I'm opening up. Okay. Opening up for some artists.
Where?
Where is it? What is the venue? It's in Miami.
Oh, you're going to Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a long drive ahead of you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get your West Palm address, and then I can get.
I don't have a West Palm address.
Where do you live?
I stay in like Oakland Park.
Oh, so you're still in Broward?
Yeah.
What's the address down there?
He was charged with felony grand theft and scheme to defraud. He was later sentenced to 5 years of probation. Number 3. Woman wasn't hired to steal, but that's what she did. On November 25, 2024, officers were called to a local Macy's after an employee was caught stealing cash directly from the register. Here's what happened when they arrived on the scene.
We have her stealing cash throughout the course of the events that she was here.
Multiple occasions?
So it was a total of 2,100. 100 and something. So she's in the office.
Are you the supervisor? Or
She is the loss prevention.
Okay.
So everything crime related, that's one of them over here.
Okay. All right.
They will make every decision you need.
After receiving details from the loss prevention team, the officers proceed to question the employee involved.
Good evening.
I'm Officer Goncalves with Orlando Police.
I'm Officer Wallace.
That's my partner, Officer Wallace. What is your name?
Mariana Henao.
Henao. You have your ID with you?
It's in the car.
It's in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why we're here?
I do.
Yeah. All right. So you're not under arrest or anything, but under Florida law, every time I go talk to somebody, I have to read their Miranda rights, right? I'm sure you've seen in TV shows and stuff. So like I said, you're not under arrest. You're good. Take your time. Is that your water? If you want to take a sip of water or anything, you can take this sip of water. I'll read your constitutional rights, your Miranda rights. If you have any questions at any minute, just stop me and I'll explain it to you, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Is that a yes? Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand? Yes. Can you just verbate it just for the recording? If it's a yes or no? You did?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. Do you understand? Yes? If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one will be provided for you before questioning without charge. Do you understand? You want to take a sip of water? You're good? Okay. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me? No? Okay. Alright. How old are you?
21.
21?
24.
24? Okay. Any kids or anything? No? Who do you live with? Your parents? You're from Orlando or?
For now, she seems genuinely regretful. However, as the questioning continues, her demeanor begins to change.
So, we got called here for allegations of some missing money, right? I'm assuming Macy's already talked to you about it. So, I'm here to get your side of the story of what happened, right? I'm usually pretty upforward and I'm honest to the person. That's why I tell you, like, you know, there's no secret to why I'm here, okay? How long you been working for Macy's?
It will be 4 months.
4 months. And what is your job here at Macy's?
Sales associate in sunglass outlet.
Sunglasses. So you sell sunglasses? Okay. And part of your duties
as associate at Sunglass Hut, do you do cash transactions when you sell sunglasses? Okay. So the allegations that Macy's is doing is that it's been some discrepancy on your cash register, right? Are you aware of that? Can you tell me what happened?
To keep it short, I mean, I took a few times money from the register.
You took money from the register? Do you have any idea how many times?
A few times.
A few times. We're talking 3, we're talking 10, we're talking 50?
Oh, it was less than 10.
Less than 10. And do you know how much money you took? 2,100?
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
Well, that's what they're saying. How much do you think you took?
I estimated under 1,000.
Under 1,000? Okay. Like, on the times that you took, what was the largest amount you ever took in one day?
400.
400. And then what was the least amount you took in one day?
I think it was like $60.
60 bucks.
The suspect's estimate falls short, claiming that under $1,000 was taken. In reality, the loss is nearly double that amount, at around $2,000.
How you were doing?
How?
Yeah. Like you were waiting till the end of the day, or when the customer hands you the money, you didn't put inside the register, or how do you do?
No, it was whenever I closed or opened the register.
When you're closed or open the register? And then you would take the money out?
So if it was in closing, I would take it from the deposit.
What do you mean by the deposit? Like the money that you would have sent it to another employee to make the bank deposit?
Yes, or like here at Macy's, we would go upstairs and we would like throw it into like this mail thingy, and I guess they send it out to somebody or something. Like we'll put it in a bag, in a deposit bag.
Okay. And then when you put on deposit bag, do you seal that bag?
Yeah.
Okay. So because this is where I'm asking some of those questions, okay? And I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your telling me that you took some of the money, but I hate saying like, hey, you know, it's $2,100, right? As Macy's saying $2,100, but you're saying, hey, I estimate less than 1,000. So I want to make sure there's no other person involved on this.
Oh no.
That could be, even without your knowledge, taking that money later.
Without my knowledge, I wouldn't know.
Right. That's why I'm saying, like, I want to make sure like your bags were always sealed, right? Like when you did your deposit.
Her scheme wasn't complicated. She'd take a cut from the cash she was supposed to deposit before dropping off the day's total.
Because like I never worked for Macy's, right? But all my young ages. So I worked for other stores, and I actually worked for a bank at one point. And I'm assuming it's kind of pretty similar to what you have here. So like when I worked on a bank, at the end of the day, they call you batch, right? Which you count your money, and then you put all that information, and your computer system is supposed to match. Okay, he's supposed to have $3,000 cash. When you count your money, it puts in there, yes, it matched $3,000 cash. And then we take all that money out. We actually had it to put in order. If it was like $2,000, we were supposed to, all hundreds were supposed to wrap it in $2,000. And then we put on the seal envelope that I seal, and I also had to initial the envelope. And then I go to the drawer, which is like the chute we call, where you put your money and then you close.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The little mail thing upstairs. I call it a mail thing, but it's like a little chute.
Yeah. So after, when you close your money, like you count your money, how much average money you had a day?
That varied a lot, because there were some days where there was no deposit. Some days where
like all your sales were like credit cards and stuff like that. And then, but what is the what is the largest amount you ever had on your drawer?
Like in total?
Yeah. Like on your sales, right? Did you have a minimum amount that you start?
Yeah, 300.
You start with 300, and then whatever you sell cash, then
that's the deposit.
The amount plus the 300.
Well, I don't know if it's plus the 300.
Well, but you send that 300 back, or you keep that 300 on your drawer?
No, so the drawer itself always
Has
to have $300. So then if there's more than $300, when there's cash payments throughout the day, then that's the deposit that we would, put in the chute.
Mm-hmm.
So then every day will be $300 to register, morning, night,
What she says next in response to the officer's next questions will almost certainly leave you in disbelief.
So if you had no sales, you had a $300.
Correct.
Right? Now, if you sold $1,500 in cash, then you would have a total of 18, which is the 300 plus the 1,500.
I believe that's how it works.
Yeah. All right. Why are you doing this?
Like I told them, it's for school, not out of pay out of pocket.
You're paying for college?
Yeah, so I did get a scholarship, but there's parts where I have to pay back. And I have an upcoming trip. I know it sounds stupid, but I have an upcoming trip next month, and I'm short on money on that.
Where are you going?
Cancun.
For how long?
A week.
A week? Going with friends, family?
With my boyfriend.
That's right. Where are you going to school at?
What
classes?
It's medical assistant with EKG.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you in?
I just started.
How long is the program?
It's an accelerated course, so it's like 4 months.
Oh, those are hard.
Yeah. And it's 2 days a week. But I'm using that as a stepping stone to do nursing later on. So.
It's probably one of the best industries.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had a thought and went to the medical field instead.
It's hard.
It is hard, and I don't know if I can do it. So, but it's a beautiful profession, I'll tell you that. I think it's extremely rewarding. So I see every day, we go to hospitals every day, we see people every day. So I have my kids in the hospital at times, and I'll tell you, it's extremely rewarding. It's a beautiful profession. I hope you can continue, especially if that's your dream. I hope you can continue and succeed, because it's amazing.
The officer presses further, and the suspect's attitude takes another turn.
How much are you paying for school? How much money you're short?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Mm-hmm.
I'm like 6,000 short.
6,000? How much is the program?
Oh my gosh.
It's okay, take your time.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I totally understand, believe me.
It's over. It's over. Taking.
So you got tuition for 40% of it. Alright, still quite a lot of money. I paid myself through the police academy, and the police academy cost me $5,000. And to me that was a lot. The only difference that the police academy is full time, so it's extremely hard for you to work. So I had to work most weekends and stuff, and I 100% understand, what you're having to go through. Do you have any plans to stop? What was your goal besides the trip? And it was once you paid off your college, that was when you were kind of going to stop, or?
No, I was gonna stop after the last.
The one from yesterday. How much was the one from yesterday?
$100.
$100. Do you regret? At any point you thought, as you were doing, I can get caught and I can go to jail? You thought about it?
With most of the details covered, the officer now begins to wrap up the questioning and prepare for the next steps.
Is there anything that I forgot to ask that you want to add, that you think is important? Anything on your side or anything that I missed? No. Would you like to write an apology letter to Macy's?
Can I say verbally or have to write it?
Prefer in writing, just because it's easier, because I'll have to turn all this information to a judge, and it's easier for the judge to see in writing than have to watch my entire body cam. You have zero obligations in doing it, okay? If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You know, this is 0% obligation. I only ask, I normally give the opportunity to everybody. Once I see that they have some remorse, that have some regret of doing, just for, you know, for court purpose. But if you don't want to do one now, you can always do one later. You can actually, if we get the chance to go in front of the judge, you can tell and talk to the judge over there. That's up to you.
Oh, yeah, I'll wait.
That's okay. All right.
So what's like the whole, like
the process right now? Okay, I'm gonna go get her side of the story again. I want to see like everything that she has, her statement, the evidence, and everything, and then we're gonna go from there. Most likely, you know, and you're probably gonna be going to jail today.
Given her cooperation, the officer takes the time to walk her through what comes next, pending the store's course of action.
Okay, you will have a bond. You'll be able to make phone calls and everything from the jail to get your family to help you out, to bond you out. You're also allowed to bond yourself out if you have any cash or card. But based on the little that I already saw it, and if it continues that they are willing to prosecute, my hands are tied on that. I have no choice but to take you to jail today.
So which choice? Who has to say to that?
Macy's. They're the victims of the crime. So I'm just the mitigator here, and you know, as far the law works, every time there is a crime, the decision comes from the victim, with few exceptions, right? And those few exceptions, I mean domestic violence, homicide, and stuff like that. Homicides because the victim can't speak, right? So on this case, which is a theft, you're being charged with theft, and then the victim is Macy's. So I know they were making a couple phone calls to their superiors and stuff to trying to get the final decision. If the decision is made to prosecute you, then I will be taking you to Orange County Jail for processing. Okay? The way it works is you will go there. I will do my paperwork. Once I complete my paperwork, you get processed to Orange County Jail. Have you ever been arrested? I assume no, right? Okay. So you get processed. Okay. This process can take, today's Monday, so I don't expect them to be too busy. So I'll say probably 4 hours, 3 hours, right? Fair to say? About 3 or 4 hours if you immediately bond yourself out.
Spoiler alert, given the amount stolen, Macy's decided to move forward in pressing charges.
You're going to have a bond. I don't know how much your bond is going to be yet. It can be, it's probably going to be somewhere around $2,500. Now, if you go with the bonds person, you pay 10% of that money, okay? Which would be, let's say, if it's $2,500, 10% is $250. You pay that $250, you get out, but you will have a court date. And then your court date will probably be anywhere 3 to 6 months. You get assigned a defense attorney, which they will represent you for free, unless you want to hire your own private attorney. If you want to hire your own private attorney, you just tell the state defense attorney that you don't need him, that you have your own attorney. If you want to talk to the defense attorney first, the public defender's office, you talk to them, get everything with them. And then if you okay with him and want to use him, there's a minimum cost for you. Okay? Until until we go to court, either, solve the case one way or other. All right? You have any questions for me?
So, I mean, when I go to court, like, what's the solution? Like, what happened after that? Because I already admitted to pay back.
Okay. So you can mention that to your attorney, okay, that you agree to pay back Macy's full reimbursement and all that, and he can work with Macy's on that,
While the detective lays out a potential resolution for the suspect, she was still ultimately charged with felony grand theft.
Again, I'm telling you some of this stuff. I'm not the best person because I'm not an attorney, right? I'm just speaking on my experience itself. So your attorney will give you more details to what's the solution or the outcome of your case, in a later time. But make it simple, especially without being an attorney. Every case we have a couple solutions. One is the state attorney dismissing the case, okay, which means the state attorney reviews everything and says we don't have enough evidence to prosecute her, and they dismiss the case. Okay, the second solution is you coming with an agreement between you and the victim, but with that, both attorneys have to be involved. The state attorney's office and defense attorney's office, you and Macy's, the four of you will have to come in some form of agreement, right? Which possibly be like, hey, Macy's wants you to reimburse them $2,100. Don't ever apply for a job at Macy's again. Boom, that's one solution. I'm just saying as example. I'm not saying that it will happen, okay? And the third one is Macy's doesn't agree on the solution of getting paid. They want more. They want you to pay for, and then, there is more repercussion when it comes to Florida state law. And then they can say, hey, lying on Google or something. Because I know you will do it. Because everybody does it.
Following the detective's detailed breakdown, it's time to escort the suspect from the premises.
Okay, so just bear with me. Let me finish with them. My partner's going to stay here, and I'll be right back, okay? I'm glad you make the phone call, and I'll help you. Any questions for us? They don't tow it or anything, so. And they won't keep the eye off, but it's better since your property's inside. It's better if your parents come pick up later on.
All right, just take a look.
Can I get my bag though?
No, we can't go in there right now.
There's nothing inside the vehicle, correct? So anything that appears after you come out, you will be charged with it, okay? Just letting you know. Not to say there is. They don't feel good. I put a finger in it.
Can you put it over there too?
I put a finger through it. It's required two fingers.
The rest of her case remains undisclosed. Number 2. 7-Eleven employee ends up in handcuffs over a confusing situation. This next case takes us to a local 7-Eleven, where tensions were already high by the time officers arrived. What the arresting officer walked into was nothing short of unbelievable.
What is going on, man?
He came in to get a DoorDash order, and he said
Who are you? Get off of her, bro. Get off of her. What are you doing?
He punched me twice in my head.
What are you doing?
You can arrest me. I work here.
What are you doing?
The store is closed.
I'm trying to show him. He wasn't in the front to tell me.
You okay?
He punched me in my head with the machine.
All right, let me figure out what's going on, okay? Give me a second.
The suspect tries to put distance between himself and the officer, while his manager retreats to the staff room. However, the officer isn't about to ignore what he just saw and quickly confronts the suspect.
Hey, man, let me talk to you real quick. So what is happening? Why did you feel the need to do this?
I work here.
I don't care if you work here.
All right, so
explain to me
There's
why did you feel the need?
Yesterday, we're receiving the McLean truck. The store is closed. Nobody's allowed in the store until the truck leaves.
Okay, I understand that the store is closed.
All right, sir,
but why? Listen to me. Listen to me. Answer my questions. Why did you feel the need?
The store was closed and she was in the store. Nobody's allowed in the store until that McLean truck leaves.
So the store is closed. No one's allowed in. So you kept her in the store?
I didn't keep her in the store.
You were on top of her.
Bruh, you watch the camera.
You were on. When I got here, I saw you on top of her. I don't care that you work here.
You want me to clock out, then you arrest me,
I
sir?
don't care what you do. Explain to me why is it that you felt the need.
Our scanner's right here, sir. If you want to.
Explain. I'm trying. You're not answering my questions.
Explain to
me.
911 during the emergency.
Okay, so was the procedure to jump on top of somebody?
Watch the camera.
So explain to me, why did you feel the need to keep her inside the store? What are you showing me?
My father's state ID. 911 from our office store. You're at 10 what? 0025 South Orange Avenue.
Okay, you're not answering my question.
Sir, do your job and let me
okay, so answer my questions then. I'm trying to do my job. Why did you feel the need to be on top of this woman? Hey, don't walk away from me. I'm trying to talk to you. You want me to call you an ambulance? You need me to call you an ambulance?
According to the suspect, he confronted the woman for being inside after hours. Now it's the victim's turn to speak.
Kilo 33, can I have FDB 51, please?
I'm here for Uber Eats. Sorry, bro. He wasn't in the front of the door.
Could you explain to me what happened?
I came in. I'm parked on the side. My boyfriend's a paraplegic. He's in the car right now.
I got a female with a head injury.
And I walked in. I didn't park in between. There was 2 trucks here. Not all 7-Eleven closed when they're shifting. I walked in. He was not there. The freaking guy, Josh, he's gonna be like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't know if he's scared. But he was taking the order. I have an Uber Eats order.
Okay,
so he was doing it, and the guy came from behind me, and he was like, ma'am, you're not supposed to be in here. Da-da-da. I don't know. And he starts locking the door, and he's like, I'm gonna punch you.
Okay, alright, so try to calm down. Let's start from the beginning. So you had an Uber Eats order.
Yes, I walked in. Nobody was there. If he would have told me the store is closed, I would have canceled it. It's not that serious.
So you were able to walk in?
Yes, that door, the left door that we're looking at on our left was open, sir. I came, I spoke with Josh. He asked me, what was the name? I told him the name. He asked me, he was like, okay, well, my system's a little messed up. Can you read me the order? I told him the beef menus. He said, okay, I got it. Now I know which order. He started doing that. This guy's yelling at somebody, a man outside. Then he comes in, and he's like, ma'am, you can't be in here. So I'm telling him, like, you can't talk to people like that because he's coming off very hostile. And I'm telling him, I'm here with Uber Eats, and Josh is telling her, but she has the order. But nobody can be in here. And that's when he starts freaking out. He starts locking me. Put the phone down, I'm knocking. Put the phone down, I'm punch you. And we're in this aisle with the yellow bag of chips right there. And he hits me with one of the scanners in his hand. And then he sits on me the whole time there. And I'm telling him, I can't breathe because I really couldn't breathe, bro.
Alright, do you want to press charges?
Yes.
Alright, do me a favor. Wait for me outside.
Can I go to my car? It's the 12.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait for me outside. My partner's on his way, alright? Alright.
Thank you.
With the victim out of harm's way, the deputies waste no time heading back to the staff room to deal with the suspect. And after what he did, they're not here to play around.
What's his name? I couldn't get it. Can you crack it so I can talk to you? What is that?
The ID that I work here, sir.
Okay.
I'm doing my job on the McLean truck. Get on the ground, Orlando police! Get on the ground! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Get your hand behind your back.
Stand up.
Get up.
What's up? You got my work hat, sir?
I'll get you in work hat.
Work beanie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Know how to walk? car's right here.
CK9, can assist on emergency north.
The suspect is taken outside, where officers conduct a quick pat-down before securing him in the back of the cruiser.
CK9, can assist on emergency north.
Spread your feet. Spread your feet.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
When we tell you to open the door, open.
I have to go by 7-Eleven guidelines, sir. I know Orlando.
Don't give me any of that.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything on you that's gonna poke me, stab me, or do anything?
No, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
Shut
of
up.
America.
Shut
and
up.
the Republic and
Shut up.
for which it stands.
Switch with me. You good? Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Tuck in. Let's go. Hey, boss. Do you have access to the cameras?
I do not. Personally, my boss just tried to get a hold of me in a second.
Yeah. If he does he have access?
My boss?
Yeah.
He should.
Can we get on the phone, see if he can come? So
Hey, Ron.
I can talk to him if you want.
A whole bunch of craziness. Basically, Kareem tried to tell a customer. Sorry, I got the shakes and I get the nervous jitters around cops. A customer had come in for a DoorDash and Kareem was telling me, breath Josh. Customers were coming in, he was trying to tell them the store was closed, and he had an altercation with a customer, more or less. And we called the police, and then they ended up coming up here. If you want to talk to him for a minute, because they want cameras.
The officer's goal is to review footage of what happened before their arrival. But unfortunately, what the owner reveals offers no help to the investigation.
You want to talk to him real fast?
Okay.
No, the cop.
Cops, okay.
You're on speaker.
Hey, sir, how you doing? It's Officer Mendez with the Atlanta Police Department.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So my question to you is, so we have a little bit of situation, as your employee said. We're just trying to get access to the cameras to see what happened. Is there any way you can come and we can review the camera footage?
Unfortunately, that camera system is not working since yesterday.
Okay.
Only one camera is working out of it. I just noticed that yesterday when I was going through the cameras, because I wanted to take a look at it something, and entire system is not recording anything for some reason.
Okay, so there's nothing recorded for today.
Yeah, since actually day before yesterday, there is nothing recorded in there.
Okay.
I already called the guy to come and fix it, but he hasn't been up there yet. So only one camera is working, which is actually facing the door, and that's about it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So what was the situation?
So we're still trying to figure out, but from our understanding is that your employee battered one of the hit one of the customers and was preventing them from leaving. So right now, and then so when we tried to talk to your employee, he wasn't compliant and he basically locked himself in a door.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now. That's all I can say right now. But thanks for your help.
No, but is he still there or he left?
Who, your employee? He's gonna be going with us.
Oh, he's gonna be going with you guys?
Yep.
Okay, you guys are taking him in?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It only takes one more question for the officer to realize that the store staff has no interest in getting involved.
Okay, that's fine. Can I talk to Josh, please?
Yep.
The guy who called.
Are you willing to write a statement about what happened?
I don't even know the full thing, but honestly,
Whatever you saw.
all I saw was him go ask all the customers. The store was closed.
Okay.
I didn't see anything that happened in that back aisle. I was over here trying to do my put up the truck, put up the back.
So the incident happened back here.
Correct.
And you didn't see what happened.
No, sir. As unfortunate as it is.
Okay.
What's your first name, man?
Kareem.
What is it?
Kareem.
Kareem?
Yes, sir.
Why did you lock yourself in the office over there?
Lock yourself because there've been a lot of break-ins around here, like the guy said, draft racing, speed racing, Uber, all types of stuff, and we got robbed 3 times.
Okay. Did you not know that they were the police?
Man, there's so many officers in the area because this is a distribution area. You are Orlando. Orlando is that way by the Amboy. Kissamee's that way. She said she was from Osceola County or something.
Okay, so why didn't you open the door?
I'm not supposed to. Only one person is supposed to open that door.
Okay. You see, they have police uniforms, and they were just wait. Let me finish. And they were trying to talk to you. So why didn't you open the door?
Because anybody can wear police. I got to go by what the owner says. Yes, sir.
Okay. Before you went in the office, you were talking to them, right?
I mean, he was pretty cool, to be honest. He's pretty cool, but...
So what made you go in the office and then put yourself behind the door?
I'm just unloading and putting up the freezer, sir.
The suspect now tries to sound innocent. However, it's far too late for him to make excuses.
What were you putting up to the glass when I came to try and talk to you?
My ID, my driver's license ID.
Is that what that was?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a reason why you couldn't hand them your ID before I got here?
I mean, that door just popped open, to be honest, and you're supposed to just... I don't know, bro. I'm supposed to slide it on the
Keep your feet inside.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Do you know why the police...
Phone because we had an intruder.
Okay. And what happened between you and the intruder?
And there was a female, and she said she was going to grab an order, and we didn't even complete the order yet.
Okay.
And then she kept saying, Josh, 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 Josh. I'm like, who's Josh? And then Drake and Josh. I mean, I know it's Josh, but...
Okay. So, did you, help her or try to ask her to leave, or what happened after that?
I said, ma'am, how did you get inside the store?
Was the front door locked?
The front door, it was a mop, the cleanup mop and everything was there. At least,
okay, but the door was still open, right? It was still unlocked?
We waited until y'all,
we walked right in there.
Until y'all get here, and then when y'all get here, then he was pretty cool, he's pretty cool. I mean, if this is Orlando, then it's Orlando, but the other sheriff, and then
the officer asks the suspect once more how things escalated to the point of him sitting on top of the victim. The suspect once again insists he's not at fault.
What happened between you and the lady?
The lady...
You were asking her to leave or something, or what?
No, I was just telling her, don't move, chill, relax. She was like, and put her Crocs down. I guess she was hyperventilating or something, man.
Okay, did you take her phone from her?
No, I told her to just put her phone down and Josh was going to pick it up and put it in the basket, that's all.
Why were you telling her to put the phone down?
Because she said she has an order. You're trying to help her, and just because she's inside the store, we don't know how she's a young lady. I'm not trying to harm her or anything. I'm just trying to get my job done because shift change might come.
What time does the store close?
The store never closes.
Okay, so if the store never closes, how was she intruding if the store never closes?
Because she wasn't with the McLean.
She wasn't with the who?
McLean, that big old 18-wheeler truck that was parked right there.
So because she wasn't with the truck, that meant she was an intruder?
We froze the store. When you freeze the store leaves the paperwork. There's paperwork that we got to go back and double track, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean, I understand y'all are busy and stuff, man, but
okay, did you and the lady in the store get into any kind of physical altercation?
No, I was just like, don't move, ma'am, and letting her breathe. She went forward, I went backward. I didn't touch her, didn't hurt her, offer her some agua.
So how are you letting her breathe if you didn't touch her?
Because she was talking to me.
Okay.
We tried to help her out, Josh. We have a time limit at 6. We got to be gone.
Okay.
The suspect initially claimed he thought the woman was trespassing. However, when asked if the store was closed, he admitted it operates 24 hours. From here, the story begins to fall apart.
So she came inside, the store never closes, but it was closed now.
I guess.
You guess,
graveyard shift, Sheriff. I work graveyard.
Okay, I'm asking you questions that you should know as the employee, because you previously said that the store never closes. So I'm trying.
Oh, I mean,
I'm trying to clarify how, if the store doesn't close, and there's nothing in the front of the store to make someone, you know, like the doors being locked or a sign saying that the store is closed. How is she supposed to know that she can't come in the store? And then how would you then interpret her coming in the store as her being an intruder?
She's an intruder because the Orlando PD that came here said anytime somebody come in the store like that, always check around. When the boss come, he handles that.
Okay.
It's between them two, whatever property is going on right here, sir. I just do my job and go.
Okay. So she came inside asking about a DoorDash order
That's
or
between her
something,
and the person at the counter.
and then you were trying to tell her y'all didn't have no orders?
I said, ma'am, could you pause for a minute? She said, okay. I said, and we told her, hey, the procedure here, Uber does not own this store. Uber, a lot, like, for example, ask Josh what a double order is. That got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
I'm doing my job, my inventory count, and
Did you
getting
try?
my stuff up.
Okay, if you're saying that she didn't want to leave the store?
No, ma'am. How did she get inside the store? That's between
Well,
them.
the front door was open, so she walked in the store.
That 18-wheeler truck, that door only open for the 18-wheeler truck. At that moment, we paused the store. I mean, whatever they're doing over there.
The officer gets ready to wrap up the questioning and poses his questions to the suspect. Listen carefully to what the suspect reveals at the very end.
I got two more questions.
Yes, sir.
Number one, okay, did you try and call the police or anybody if she was intruding in the store and wouldn't leave?
I talked to my boss and I talked to the store.
So did you talk to your boss or did you talk to 911?
I talked to my boss, the guy that signs my paycheck, the guy that puts the money into my account, the guy that I work for. I work here from, he makes his schedule. Today is Thursday. And
do you remember having a physical altercation with that young lady that was in the store?
I never had a physical altercation with anybody.
Okay.
In there.
Do you remember what happened during this event at all?
Yes.
Other than coming in, her asking for the DoorDash and then asking her to leave?
We told everybody that the store was closed between the McLean and 7-Eleven, and that we're doing our inventory, which is at a set time.
Did you hold her down at any point?
Hold her? What do you mean hold?
Hold her down on the ground? Keep her, prevent her from getting up?
I was on my back, like.
You were on your back? How did you end
up
on?
Cameras in there, sir.
Well, we asked about the cameras, and I guess the manager or whatever says the cameras aren't working.
What manager?
The one that we talked to on the phone.
There's no manager on the phone.
Okay. So, who did your coworker in there call on the phone that we spoke to?
Between him and him.
Okay. No worries.
Yes, sir.
All right. Last question. Is there anything else that happened here that you think we need to know in regards to her intruding in the store?
Now that's between that 7-Eleven and no. I'm just doing my job, sir. I'm at work. I got another job I got to go to at 6 a.m. I'm just doing my job, sir, and that's it.
How long have you worked here?
I've been working here since 2021.
2021?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Kareem. Slide your knees back real quick. I don't want to hit him with the door. All right.
Despite denying the allegations throughout the questioning, the suspect was charged with false imprisonment, criminal mischief, resisting an officer, battery, and obstruction of justice for hindering a witness from speaking to the police. Number 1. A normal workday turned into an unexpected arrest. On February 6, 2024, officers were dispatched to a warehouse in response to a reported employee theft. Listen as the supervisor explains what prompted the call to police.
So he comes to work. He waits till a certain he believes, like our guys who does the routing. We took the leave. He has like cases on his jacket.
He has cases what?
Cases on his pallet jack. So they put cases on the jacket. He takes the cases around here, picks them up, walks out the door, starts loading in his car. Comes back, loads more in his car. Then the next day, same thing. Waits till this guy leaves, sit on the camera. Pick cases up off his jack.
So every day he just picks miscellaneous items that you put here?
Yeah, these days with the dollar amount. So right there, Wednesday on the 3rd, this is what he took. On Tuesday, we tracked them, taking them.
And you guys want to press charges?
Yep.
Oh, we should ask. Good.
Well, all right. It's well over.
No, you said 8. What?
Right here is just a week. This is just $850 for 1 week.
Do you have any previous weeks that you want? This is all you have proof of him taking this out. Unless you're able to pull up more this and video footage as well.
We got the video footage of all of this.
Okay. So for now, you want to work on this one?
Work this.
Okay. All right.
Anything else we'll attach.
Do after later. Okay. Is that your radio? Oh, it's up to 6. Where's the guy? So we just grab him quick. Yeah, we just grab the guy.
Oh, you want to get the guy
first? Yeah, let's grab the guy first. Okay.
He's in the warehouse.
So we call him over?
Yeah, if you want to call, you want to call over to the conference room.
From the warehouse. Which do you think? Do you think he'll be? If you try to call him, do you think he'll be like, oh, I know it's going on, time to take off, or should he just go in and grab him?
I think we should just go grab him.
I would love for you to go in and grab him.
The suspect still has no idea he's been caught. Little does he know, officers are already moving in to take him into custody.
What's up, boss?
What's going on, dog?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
I guess today, you turn around for me?
Yeah. How you doing?
What's up, man? We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now you're going to be detained. All right. What?
We'll get to it.
We're going to figure some stuff out. Okay. We'll explain it in a second.
All right, you good?
Nah,
I ain't got nothing on me. Nah, no weapons or nothing. Nah, no blades, no nothing.
You wearing 2 or 3 pants?
Nah, them my workout pants.
3 pants?
Pants, man. It's cold as hell. Oh, go ahead, you good,
Cold outside.
Yeah.
You got 3 pants.
Yeah, them workouts. You can put them down, though. Yeah, you can.
I'm trying to see it. Okay.
You got it? I got you. Yeah, you good. I got you right now.
You want to just go to the conference room?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you good.
Okay. You want to go to the conference room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Nah. You gotta worry about that, man. Where you come from?
The officers move to question the suspect, first ensuring he's been read his Miranda rights.
Good job, man.
I got it up. I'm good, right?
Yep. So we just brought you here because apparently I have you video of taking items.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So they want to press charges for grand theft.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay. So if you want to talk to us, you can. If not, then you don't have to.
Nah. If Darnell got any questions, I'll answer. Whatever questions you got.
Well, if they're gonna ask questions, it has nothing to do with us. So, but if you want to.
Oh no, we good. Yeah.
Okay, so you want? So you have a Miranda card? Yeah. Yo.
And you say
No,
you
we
don't
have
be
y'all
just come right through the front door.
Yeah. You heard me? You say you won't be able to answer no you don't need no questions, but they do. Right.
Yeah. If you want to talk to him, reference the case, you can. If not, you don't have to.
No, I'm talking to him.
You want to? Okay. Just yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Okay, so just let him reread that to us.
Oh, go ahead. You good. Oh, go ahead.
You have the right to remain silent and to refuse to answer questions. Anything you say can and may be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney before talking to me and to have an attorney here with you during questioning now or in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Knowing and understanding your rights, are you willing to speak to me now without any attorney present?
Yes, sir.
Did you take any merchandise from me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did. With or
without their knowledge?
No, the only knowledge only time I ever take like stuff like that is when they leave it on the cases for us. But those wasn't on the case right there that I took.
What do you mean leaving on the case for your
So it's basically like, say like, they'll leave like an item that they don't really use, like they'll get
Leftovers?
to like, yeah, like
That
some
y'all are
old
allowed
beer
to take?
cases. Yeah, that we sometimes take and stuff like that. But me personally,
The investigation revealed that the suspect had stolen alcohol valued at over $1,000 before getting caught.
we are not allowed to take more than one.
Okay.
But under our name. So we get a case and we sign our name, such and such and that. But those are not cases that they put up there, right? So I just took those.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you took those.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though you knew you weren't supposed to take.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The only reason I took those because I was behind on rent and everything like that. So I just really needed the money and stuff. But other than that, though, I do take cases when they put them out there. I take more than the fair share that we supposed to take. But I use my employees' name because they don't drink beer. The ones that don't drink beer, I take their cases. So that's the only time I ever take cases. But right there, I did take cases, but I was behind on rent. And
So let me make sure I understand this.
Go ahead.
You guys are allowed to take whatever leftovers there are.
No, we're not allowed. Go ahead.
I'm saying whatever. There's a pile or whatever where they,
Yes, sir.
they leave merchandise for y'all to take.
Yes, sir. But it's not every day.
I know. I'm saying.
Yeah.
You said it's like one case or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to sign out your name for whatever you take. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
You saying you usually do that.
I
There's been
usually
times
do
where you've taken just what you're supposed to take,
and my
then
employees.
what others are supposed to take, but they don't take. You'll take it and you'll just sign it out under their name.
No. They're signing for me.
Okay,
they
that's
sign
something-
for me.
So they get it for you and then just give it.
Yeah, they don't drink. The ones that don't drink, my friends, like they'll give it to me. They'll give it to me
Because in
they
this
don't-
particular case.
Yeah.
Those you weren't supposed to take at all.
Yeah, these the ones I wasn't supposed to take. They never left Modelo's on the pallet to take. But like I told you, I took them because I was
Behind rent.
Yeah, behind renting no car, which I don't have the car now. So
Okay, so let me ask you this: how many times have you done that and taken the ones that taken more than what you're supposed to take?
Twice.
You only done it twice.
Yes, sir. And that's when I first found out I was behind the rent. I mean, my car note and everything. And I just got that car recently. So that was like last week.
So that was this month?
Yeah. That was last week.
He may have admitted to it, but with a full list of stolen goods now in the officer's hands, things are about to get much worse.
Other than this time,
We got at least 12, 13 instances where you taking cases out and it's all documented. So we can walk off.
You go ahead.
We don't want. Yeah, we're not going to waste your time with that.
Yeah, you don't gotta walk the entire thing.
So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, just
those two.
Oh, these two? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but yeah, that was
16 different dates where there's different.
Yeah,
The date, time, and what it was.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
the total amount they said was approximately $850.
You said that those you have. Thus, you taking more than what you're supposed to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's not more than just 2 times, like you said.
No, the 2 times I'm telling you I did it. That's when I was behind on the rent. When I just
I'm
found
not
out.
asking about behind on your rent. I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
You're
That's it.
taking more than what you were supposed to take.
Yeah, yes sir.
All those times.
Yes sir.
You guys want just confirm still press charges?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously you can't come back here. You're fired. I'm assuming.
No, yeah, that's
Just
yeah.
Okay. Is your car here?
No, I just told you.
You don't have a, okay.
No,
all
that's
right.
the one I had just
Where
lost.
are your belongings? You don't have anything?
No, talking about in here?
Yeah. No personal items, the bag or anything, or no?
That's the circle thing. Nah, that's when I was just knocking on the door. That was in the car. Yeah, that was in the car.
All right. You guys can just deactivate it or whatever. Yeah.
But I'm gonna get at the Gianni.
What?
The circle thing.
You have it?
I have it, but it's not on me. Okay.
He's gonna deactivate it, so.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, so you're gonna be placed under arrest right now?
No, that's fine.
Right there.
I'll come back.
Yeah. When he comes back, he'll give you the email. He gets to send it.
Alright.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Are you on probation or anything or no?
No.
Okay. All right.
He was charged with felony grand theft.
Should be simple. Should be in and out real quick.
No, sir.
No theft.
No, sir. I would say, boy, it was nice meeting you, boy.
Wrong circumstances, ain't it,
Better
bro?
believe it, man. Wrong circumstances,
The resolution of the case remains unknown. Think they'll be back at it again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.